Canada is getting worse by the day. It literally is. It's a failed country at this point. And one of the reasons why it's doing so poorly is because the Liberal government, which has been in power for well over a decade now, has created these fraudulent mechanisms of authority and systems through which people get paid these absurd salaries to advise for the government, to oversee these committees. There's these no-bid contracts. I mean, even with COVID, now what's coming out is the Liberal government gave hundreds of millions of dollars away to these advisory boards for literally nothing, just to tell people that they had to wear a mask and to stay home. And they were funneled hundreds of millions of dollars. I mean, it's fraud on a different level. It's institutionalized fraud coming from the government to government cronies. This is a really interesting exchange I want to play for you guys because it's just incredible. I mean, it really is stupefying how much money we give to morons like this that have no real role in the government, that have a purely advisory role and are paid absurd, astronomical amounts of money. So this is Conservative member, I believe his name is Vincent Ho, questioning Dr. Mona Nemer at a House of Commons Science Committee meeting about her role as the chief science advisor. And basically we find out that she has no role and it's literally meaningless, yet she's still being paid hundreds of thousands of dollars a year. Let's get into this clip here.
Sure. Ms. Nemer, let's begin with the basics. As chief science advisor, are you the head of an agency, a government agency?
No, I'm not the head of a government agency.
Okay. So do you make any regulatory decisions that are going to be implemented by this government?
I don't make decision. I'm an advisor. I provide advice on policies and sometimes implementations.
So you don't oversee any operational files? You don't? Okay.
I don't.
So according to published sources, you earn $393,000 per year. Is that number correct? About ballpark?
I'm sorry, the number refers to what?
$390,000. That's your salary. Is that correct?
My salary is the bracket of my salary is public information. Yes.
Okay. So for that level of compensation, what exactly are Canadian taxpayers paying you to do? I just want to get an understanding of that.
Well, I think that's a very good question, sir. And what the Canadian public.
Your office, I don't think, appears to publish any performance audits. You just said it doesn't make any kind of mandatory recommendations, and it does not oversee any federal agency. You're not a head of an agency. So what exactly are your sort of key performance indicators?
Well, first of all, let me perhaps, help you appreciate the position by saying that all peer countries have a chief science advisor. I guess they must all feel that this is a helpful position for government.
I want to understand how do taxpayers measure your performance specifically, not just the fact that it exists in other countries?
Okay, so I was in my appointment, I was appointed at what's called good behavior, and I don't get any bonus pay. And it was, done this way so that I guess to maintain the independence.
Yeah, so she has no idea. She's in a, it's almost like a purely ceremonial role. She produces reports. The government doesn't read them. She makes recommendations. The prime minister doesn't read them. The prime minister probably doesn't even know who she is and has likely never met her. And this is the level of fraud that is taking place in the Canadian government and in other Western governments. But this is why people are sort of sick of it. And I really do, I do anticipate that there will be some significant changes happening in the next 10 or 20 years to how our political system operates. Maybe longer. I mean, it's hard to put a timeline on this, but my point is, our postmodernist, so sort of cultural relativist system is falling apart, right? The wheels are falling apart. It's not working anymore. The government is unjust. The systems are unjust. They don't work for the people. And so my point is, there is likely going to be a growing sentiment among people like you and me that are demanding change on a radical level, and maybe even a new political system entirely. So I wouldn't be surprised. I do have to be careful how I say this. I do live in Canada, and there are people getting arrested for saying things that might be naughty. So I do have to be a little bit careful here. But I wouldn't be surprised if there is some political upheavals in our lifetime and the creation of new political systems that better represent the people in our countries that are sort of sick and tired of this demonization. They're sick and tired of being tax mules. They're sick and tired of supporting groups that come to our country that don't care about our culture, that don't care about our heritage, and they're just done with it. Anyways, let me know what you guys think about this interaction in the comment section. And actually, let me know where you're from. Is there anyone else in Canada? And yeah, Canada solidarity. Anyways, I'll see you guys in the next video.